Hello there and welcome. It's Kylie Bertucci here, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Welcome. So good to have you all here. So lovely to see you all in the comments. How are you all? You coping okay? Big hugs to every single one of you. I see that Bev is joining us for the first time live in a long time. Welcome back. So good to see you here. If you're jumping on, please remember to like, share, subscribe. That would be amazing. We're on our way to 27,000 subscribers and we definitely need your help in getting there. So thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate all of you and we thank you for looking after us. So we are going to have a lot of fun today. I've got a little bit of a mini unboxing today of all of the brand new online exclusives that have come out. And it's very exciting. We love an unboxing, don't we? We did just a few things to start with, and we thought we'll add to it as we go. And I think this is the new way that we're shopping with Stampin' Up. We sort of used to get the whole catalogue, but we're sort of becoming a bit more, mindful in how we shop, which I'm sure a lot of you are as well. So we will show you our favourites that we just had to have straight away. And I noticed yesterday Bruno's got a cart full of other items, but we just thought slowly we'll add them to our what we already have. Because one thing Bruno's been working on lately is having a schedule and having a list of items that we're going to be using and when. And it's very interesting because the more products you get, the less likely you are to use them because the less time there is. So some of these items we only use for a whole week, 1 week, and then that's it. That's all the time we have. So it's quite interesting trying to schedule it in and go, oh, I can only use this for like 5 days, and then that's it. And move on to the next item. So if you are realizing that you're getting behind, maybe that's why. Maybe there's just too much in your craft room and you just need to use the items that you've got already. So we're happy to do that. We're happy to help you to do that because there's a lot of things that are similar, a lot of things that you might be able to swap out, or maybe you just need to get rid of some retired items so that then you can purchase some new things. That's one way that we like to do it. Have it for sale and then, hand it on. Priscilla Gunton, hello, my friend. It's been a long time since we've seen your name. Lovely to see you on here. And the lovely Megan Lacornu. And just a heads up, actually, Megan's reminded me, as soon as we finish our live today, I'll have to have a look at the time that I told the crazy crafters, but we have a special team event that is going to be happening, a team craft class using, is it Bugs? Oh, good, that live video went live. That's brilliant. Love it when Facebook works as well. Hello over on Facebook. Good to see you over there. But I want to have a look at our Crazy Crafters page. So let me open up this and see the time that I have got because, yes, and events. Good. 12 o'clock I put. Good. So that is in 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 hours time. Cute as a bug class. So if you are a team member in 3 hours time, that will be happening for you over on the Crazy Crafters page. Also, if you're one of our VIP customers, that will be happening for you as well. But also, if you're outside of Australia and you're wondering, how can I participate in this craft class that's happening later? Well, that's nice and easy. You can just join our YouTube channel. So if you join that, all of our YouTube channel subscribers will get to be part of that craft class as well. So we've got a busy day ahead, but you know what it's like when you're busy crafting. It's so much fun. We love it. Love it, chirp it. So let us look at some products and let's look at what we're going to be doing today because I've got lots of exciting things to share with you. So firstly, out of our January items, these were the items that we just had to have, especially Bruno. Oh my goodness, he saw this cardstock and was like, yes, add to cart. Because I think it's, the closest thing we can get to craft paper. And how Bruno feels about craft paper. So this is Wood Grain Wonders, 12 by 12 designer series paper. Let's just have a little look at this one. So it is actually paper. I actually thought that it was cardstock. Well, that would explain the price too. But it's a really beautiful colour, like the crumb cake, the basic beige, even pecan, bit of pecan. And that is an amazing, amazing designer series paper to have. Look at that. So they have like the slight variations. Well, that's not slight on that side. That's really cool. So I think they sort of swap it out. So if you want sort of more of the pecan pie, you've got it on the back of the early espresso. That's a bit random, isn't it? And that would make it a very fun card if you did a fold like that, or where you wanted to show both sides. That is very clever Stampin' Up. I like that idea of not sort of having the same on the back, but it gives you options if there's a certain tone of colour that you really like more than the others. Well, you can do that. Just do that then. Now this one here, Springtime Scenes. I really love the look of this one. I was like, yes, yes, yes. Add to cart. I really love these beautiful frames here. A really nice sentiment piece here. And look at the little lady beetle. How cute is she, the ladybug? And these beautiful leaves. I just thought I'm going to use that quite a bit because they are gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Now, one thing that we learnt the other day, both Lisa Curcio and Rachel Tessman have a great video on prepping these stamp sets. A lot of people have asked about prepping the stamp sets, especially these new style. And I really like some of the tips that both of the girls had. One of the things that Lisa did was just draw, not on the thinner one, but on the thicker side. She drew around the outside, which I really loved that idea. I thought that was brilliant. Another one that Rachel did, which Bruno and I really like, keep this. I used to throw this out, but you need to keep them now for these new style cases. And what she did is, and I'll just use something, actually no, I won't be able to use that for this, but I'll get a little bit of scrap paper here, because I've got quite a bit of the basic white that I can use. And just make sure it's, I could probably stamp it that way. And I'll use this because I've got Secret C here already, so I'll use that. We'll just drop down some new designer series paper. We don't want that to get run over by my chair. Hello, Gumnuts. Hello, Christine. Good to see you. Hi, Nicole. It's good to see you all on here. Thanks for saying hi as well. You know, we love to see your beautiful names come up. So we're going to do this, just stamp all that. And it's usually a good idea to sort of wipe down the new stamp sets too, because they can get a little bit, have like a little bit of residue left over from the machine. And then we just, basically do that like so. And then because we were actually stamping on the sheet and then sticking it down. But what I like about Rachel's idea is that this makes it look very convenient. It's a lot easier to stamp on cardstock than it is to stamp on this front piece here, because that was a bit slippery and a little bit annoying. And then what we do, I'll just give that a little wipe with my chamois. My ShamWow. Hello, Charlotte from North Dakota. So good to see you. wipe that down. My chamois needs a little bit of a refresher. It's all dry on this side and wet on that side. I was busy last night getting ready for the video class bundle because it's the end of the month and it's coming up so quickly, and I'm very happy to say that I filmed it. I'm so proud of myself because I was like, oh, you've got such a busy day with all your crafting and your Bunks Life class and all of the different things that you're doing. So you need to get it organised, girl. And then we've got visitors coming again from Canada. They arrive, I think, tomorrow. So yeah, so we're doing something with them on the weekend, doing a little tour of the Swan Valley, which will be exciting. So now that we've got that organised, all we do is just pop this sheet back on, and that is happy to go. This goes into this little section with everything. So it's just really good. You can just see, am I missing anything here? And you can get an idea of everything. Personally, I feel like it would be good if it was like back to front or something. I don't know, but you can tell, you know, you can see where things are meant to go. But I think I'd have to possibly put it on that side because I do like Lisa's idea. I might do that as well. We'll do a double whammy where we can check it, because the thing with Lisa's idea that I really liked was that you can visually see straight away if something's missing from the paper. So I'll show you that one too. Brenna did say do both. I've got a little Sharpie here somewhere. Maybe not. I'll grab it from the other drawer. Oh, there's my nail files. I was looking for them last night too. Do you love it when I find everything during my life? Hang on 2 seconds. I've got one in my kitchen drawer because I love like labeling items that I need to eat by a certain time. It's a great little tip, and you can even put it on top of the like baggies, or it's very, very handy. So keep that in mind, having a Sharpie in your kitchen. So all I'm going to do, and it can be quite rough, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. But all Lisa suggested was, I'm sorry if there's a little bit of glare there for you, is just going around like this. And it's actually quite like cathartic and simple. And this is just a cheapy Sharpie. It's nothing fancy. And what you do is just come round like so. Hi, Bruno Bertucci.
How are you?
Very good. I put the bin out.
Oh, good.
Yep.
What have you been doing?
We've been prepping the first little bit of our stamp set and showing them the... So actually I'll ask you the question. So with Rachel's one, she stamps it on the cardstock.
Just a piece of cardstock?
So I did that.
Okay, I can't go into camera.
No, that's all good. So I did that, but I really like Lisa's one because it's visual. Like I'm seeing exactly what's meant to be where. Like I like both because this bit here, it's not like as if I stick it down and it's matching.
No, you do because you stick it to the back of the loose plastic.
Oh, that makes more sense like this.
Yep.
Ah, that's good. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm
And it's the same
I'm
as
doing
the other
something
way.
wrong. Yep.
But I found that when I was stamping it on that
Yes.
other packer,
Yes.
it took forever to dry.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make a coffee.
Go for it.
You want one?
I'm all good, thank you. So this is just, it takes a little bit of time, but I think it's quicker than the way that Bruno and I were doing before. And I'll just show you our little container that we purchased as well, because a lot of people have been asking about storage with these new stamp sets. And to be honest, I'm really happy with the change. I think Bruno's really happy too in terms of storage. The only thing I'm sad about is my little display in the background, but we've started mixing that up a bit so that, we don't miss it. Because, I kind of have had it as a feature, but we can just use other things as a feature. Easy peasy. Now, what I'm going to do, I don't normally do this, but what we're going to do, I don't think I even have Seal Plus in my drawer, but normally that's what you would use. But instead we'll just use some tape here to put this on, because it won't be as see-through, the Terran tape, but you'll get the idea. So I'll just do it down the bottom here, along the edges, because that's sort of the least amount of drawing along there. That side and up the top. Oh, we ran out. It's all right, got another one. Don't you love it? We just realised last night I have the last bit of glue, so we're going to have to definitely put in an order today for some more Tombow glue. We normally had 20 of them at all times, but we've just slowly depleted it because we're just, a bit mindful here in Perth. The weather is a lot different and the house does get very hot. In fact, all of Australia is very hot at the moment. And we just thought, you know what, we just don't want to have too much of everything because we've noticed even our, where's my little bin? Our stamp, their inks are actually getting really, really dry very quickly. So we have to be mindful of that. So let's make sure it's the right way, which is this way. Let's see how many times I can spin it around. And line that up as best as we can. And voila. Oh, that's really, really cool, Rachel and Lisa. So we could sort of see that we've got both sides covered between the two girls. So if I want to, put them on this side, I can. Or if I want to stick them down on that other side, I can. So it's really up to you what you prefer. But I really love having, that sort of view, the visual of, just so I don't lose anything, because it's just so easy when you've got a few sets out. I know when I'm doing online stamping retreat, I've got things everywhere. Now, for me, this is the piece of resistance. Normally, with Bruno and I, we stick this down and it stays in place. But what I really liked with Rachel's idea is keeping it loose, loosey-goosey.
That was what I like as well.
Yeah, you like that? Oh,
and
good.
Can you just turn the screen off?
Oh, yes, sure. So that we don't see you.
Protect my modesty.
Protect your modesty. It is very early in the morning here, so, fair enough that you're in your pyjamas.
Thank you. Now, on the other one, say, for example, this one, and it's all stuck inside, I actually don't like that it's stuck like that. So I was
I'll show them.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. So see how you open it up, and so it's all stuck on each side. Look, it's good, but because we had to stamp on here, that's why you had to stick it, right? Just keep it next to that. But because we've stuck the image to this two plastic sheets, it means it can stay free. It doesn't need to be stuck down like that. That's why we did it in the first place. And so because it's free and easy, all ready to go in there, so, we can just pop it in here. And what Rachel suggested was just doing the little scoopy and popping it in there like that. And then it stays open in a sense. And then when you want your stamp set, you can just pull it out. anytime you want. It's sort of ready to go, and you can just pop it straight back in without having to muck around with these little, you know, plastic things. Not that they're drama.
So much drama.
But yeah, and Sally said she doesn't want to. She's used Velcro, so she doesn't have to tuck it in each time.
Mm-hmm.
But because you can Velcro the front, which is a great idea. I love that concept as well. But Rachel's just tucked it in, and then it just stays like that the whole time, and you don't ever have to do that until you sell it, basically. But the other thing that we do, actually, if you just want to bring over our little container of goodies there. So this is a container that we got from Kmart, and it's got like this little front open section here. And yeah, it's fantastic. And I've started putting them in alphabetical order, or I did until Bruno came in and just wrecked up my alphabetical order. I know, it's amazing that I'm the alphabetical order person. And so that all goes where I need it to go. And slowly I'll build up this, and then it can go on in my craft. Like, I like it to be in the banner, but it actually has been staying on the bench. So eventually my stamp sets and all my dies, like this amount here would probably cover like 2 sections of my, I'll show you my backdrop. So if we go front facing, so yeah, probably like 2 of those squares is in this little box. So it's really, really good in terms of storage, because not a lot of people have storage like we do. We understand that we're very, very privileged because we do it for work, but not a lot have that. So that's, oh, if you put a rubber shelf liner at the bottom of the bin, the cases won't slide. Look at you girls, you're so good. Such a good brains trust to me. You help me all the time with different ideas, and that is brilliant, Charlotte. So we'll do a little, a rubber base there. That will be fantastic. Great idea. I'm thinking, I think I've even got one in the kitchen that I've got that I can put in there. So, oh, sorry if I bumped you. My little chair likes to jump up from time to time. So there you go. That's just a few little tips with our new stamp sets, and just to look at the dies. Oh, they all did a little. Let's just bring this back on now that Bruno's disappeared. So we've got our dies here. Oh, wow. So this is the thing. Until you see it IRL in real life, you don't realise just how gorgeous these are. How cute is that little ladybug going to look? Oh, that is so adorable. So you can have the black body, and then this is going to be cut out in the red, and you're going to have those little dots cut out, and they'll shine through the little black dots. But even this here, oh, just beautiful. I can't wait to use this. In fact, we are doing the Nature's Walk Suite for the VO class bundle next month, and I just think this would go so well with that suite of products. So definitely keep that one in mind. And remember that this has just come out in January. And the other thing that I like to recommend, and some of you who are our, we can even possibly, I don't know if we could do it, you could possibly like tuck this, it wouldn't really work actually, but maybe that side so that then you're not opening it every time. Love the idea of the dots, but yeah, that does work actually. So then you can have that ready to go as well. But yeah, something that we worked out with one of our videos, we did 2 reset and reorganize workshops with our video members, and some were able to purchase that as well separately. But it was a lot cheaper if you're our YouTube member, so definitely anyone with a little icon. If you're wondering why they have the little icon, that's why, because they're one of our amazing members that are part of our community. And what we looked at with our community, and it was a really great idea, I think for me it has helped a lot. But I like to just have a little label and let me know if it's an online exclusive or not, and when it was released. So this one here, if we go, I don't think it actually has it mentioned on the website per se, but if it is new, so I'm going to just search in the springtime scenes. So let's have a little look here. So, oh yes, so it's not even showing up on the store because I'm not signed in as a demonstrator, which means it's part of like this month's exclusives, like a pre-order. So let me have a look now. Shop online exclusives. So what I like to do is just so that I can keep track of what's where, because that has been a big thing for me, and a lot of us were talking about this and saying, you know, we can't keep up with everything that's happening. There's a lot of things going on. So this pre-order that's happening now is actually for, so let's have a little look here, product release. So this is March. So these items that I have here are actually the March online exclusives. So, you know, the only reason why I'm showing you these now is because there's a special in February for joining. And these items that we're showing you today, you can add to your starter kit in February and get them then. So just keep that in mind, that they are March online exclusives. So if you're a demonstrator, and this is my biggest thing that I tell demonstrators, you know, these are all available to you now. So don't miss out on the opportunity that you have as a demonstrator, because we know that we can play with these items. We're in January now, but you've got all of February before it even goes live to the regular customer. So we've got an extra month to play with these items, which is always very exciting. We always need extra time to play, don't we? So if I go online exclusives, March 2026, and if I wanted to actually, yeah, I think that would work out well. Could possibly put that at the back there. I got my printer working again, which is very exciting. I was like, I bet you it'll break again while I'm live. But yeah, so just have online exclusive March 2026. And just for my own sanity, just knowing where things come from, you know, the regular customer doesn't necessarily have to do this, but I think it's nice if you sort of want to keep an eye on what you have or where it came from, just so that you can sort of keep track that, oh yeah, that's probably more than likely retired by now. But a lot of the online exclusives, some demonstrators are sort of holding back from purchasing them. But what we realised when we did the Reset Reorganise workshop is a lot of them stay around for pretty much the same time as a mini catalogue. And we never look at the mini catalogue and go, I'm not going to purchase that. Like, why would I purchase that? Of course we're going to purchase it. We love the mini catalogue. We love the items in there. And they're usually only around for 3 months or so, which the online exclusives will more than likely be no different to that. So especially if you get it pre-order time, you know that you've got at least 2 months so that you can have that all organised. Another thing that Bruno and I like to do is he's got a little thing he puts over the top here and puts springtime scenes dies, and that just really helps to identify, you know, even though I have them sitting together, so then I usually know, but it's just good to see it like really clearly and easily. So hopefully that will help you to get yourself organised and just get your head around everything that's happening in terms of online exclusives and things like that, because we want you to feel that you have clarity, that you know where the products belong. And I think for me, this is like the best thing because I can just turn it around and go, oh, know exactly where that's from and when it was released. Because we are missing a lot of, like, I think having the catalogue, it's like we know where everything's from, and we know exactly what is part of where. And what I will do actually for our lovely Australian peeps, this has helped me a lot as well, is we can get the product lists. So I'll actually show you here. I'll download January's product list. And it just looks like it's going to be a list, but it's actually a really amazing, we're going to be using one of the product lists today that are available now. and it's the I'll just share my screen with you actually. The Lovely Blossoms suite. So this is the product list for January's exclusives. And of course, we've got a March exclusives coming out. And look, eventually Stampin' Up could move completely online, which I think that would be an amazing thing to do because at the moment we've got a bit of, a bit of the um, online exclusives and a bit of the catalogue items. And sometimes that can be a little bit confusing for everyone. So here are the online exclusives that have just come out in January. So we purchased this beautiful suite here, and I'll be showing you how to use this today. And we've got all of these amazing bundles here as well. So you can see all of these new items that just came out in January. And you don't have to be afraid, like some of the items have been around for, I think the Celebratory Sips was a online exclusive, and it was around for at least, I think, 6 or 7 months before it went into last chance offer. I think it's only just gone into last chance. So just keep that in mind, like beautiful paper here, and you can't go wrong with paper. If you really like it, just get it as soon as it comes out. And so we just want to let you know this is just brand new out. So now is the time to look at getting these items if you really like them. And I do think it's great now that we look at an item, as soon as it comes out, we're like, will I use it? Do I have time? Can this work in my schedule? Am I absolutely in love with it? Then I'm going to get it. And then you can print this off and you can tick it off your list if that's something that you want. So we just have to get into a little bit more of a routine with these product lists, and that's really going to help you. I'll just check to see if I'm allowed to share the product list with you for March, but I'm pretty sure I can. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to, but I'll share this one definitely with all of you so that you've got the product list. But this is the Aussie one, okay? So this is going to have all of the Aussie details and pricing on it, so don't get a shock if you're like, why is it so expensive? And if you're over on Facebook, just let me know and I'll send that link because I've just moved away from it. With all the online exclusives and catalogue releases, it's hard to keep up with it all. So having tags is a great idea. Yeah, I think that was probably our biggest thing that we learnt. So even Bruno said the Celebratory Sips paper is still current, but the bundle isn't. So it stays around for a while. And it was released, you can actually see in some of the lists. And if you're sort of not sure whether to get an item, maybe you do like to have things that are current, even if it has been around for a while, you can just sort of gauge and maybe even call Stampin' Up and just say, look, I'm thinking about purchasing this. Like, how are stocks going in our country? That's something that I've been talking to Stampin' Up about. Like, can we get a gauge that it's going to be around for a little bit longer unless it quickly sells out? But, the chances, I think Australia's a little bit better than the US, but ours seem to stay around that little bit longer than the US. If there's a demonstrator in the US that highlights something, usually it's like gone. But I think genuinely, like, I would just grab it as soon as it comes out and know that you've got some, good few months to use it and schedule it. Like, we've got a shared calendar. Schedule it in as to when you're going to use it so that you know that you'll make the most of it. Or maybe be like, you know what, as soon as we get it, I'm going to use it. I'm so excited about that set. I'm going to use it straight away. So, yeah, and we used, 3 or 4 packs of that Celebratory Sips. So we're finding that with the online exclusives that we're actually using a lot more of the items. We're using it more often. Yeah, it's just it's a big change mentally. And so anything we can do to help you with that transition, we're definitely going to help you to do. Now, Bruno, you missed the Designer Series paper. That's the only thing that I showed, but look at it. I actually thought it was cardstock personally, but this is the Designer Series paper, the wood grain, and it looks like it's crumb cake, pecan pie, basic beige, and early espresso. But when you look on the back, it's a completely different one of the same set. So now we've got crumb cake on the back of the pecan. What's on the back of the crumb cake? What would you assume? Maybe basic beige, or maybe the pecan pie. You would think maybe they've done a swapsy. No, it's basic beige. What about on the back of the basic beige? What would that be? Oh, it's early espresso. What's on the back of the early espresso? Oh, it was pecan pie. My head doesn't. It's like this is rogue. You've gone rogue, Stampin' Up, but I love it. I'm really enjoying that rogueness. So there you go. That's very exciting. So we all have an item that we love that's different to the other. Now the next one I wanted to show you, and remember this is the March online exclusive, so we'll do 2 more labels with you for this one, because this is what we want to start doing as soon as we get our sets. And no, it's not textured at all, but it looks textured, doesn't it? It's got that beautiful look to it. So we've got online exclusive for March, and I'll just pop it here so I know exactly where it's from, just so that we can get our heads around it. I know I'm not alone. I've talked to a lot of demonstrators about this and my customers, and they're like, oh, we're sort of not sure where things are from. So this is going to help us see that, you know what, we're not going to be able to use this till March. So I won't use these until March for all of you. You know, maybe next month we might bring them out a little bit just to highlight them, because it's nice to have an idea before you go shopping in March. I've always liked to do that with our customers and our team members, just so that you can get a feel for whether you want to purchase it or not, and whether you want to join as a demonstrator or not. Because if you look at these and you think, you know what, I really like them, I really want, you know, this suite, or I really want this item, that could be the clincher for you joining. And there is a special in February. So the special in February is very, very exciting, and I'm about to show you exactly why it's so exciting. So let me just go to, because we're allowed to tell you about this, which is very exciting. Where is, of course it's not in happening now. Why would it be that easy, Stampin' Up? Do you like me? I've only got it in the banner page, of course. So we've got an exclusive join offer that is starting on the 3rd of February. So that's coming up really, really quickly. We're now in January. We're at January 30. So we've got 1, 2, 3 days away, okay? So in 3 days' time, if you join as a demonstrator, it will cost you $169. You can choose $235 of any product that you want. It's not like a set kit or anything like that. And what you get is something for free. Would you like to see what you get for free? It's a bit exciting. I'm telling you, it's very, very exciting. So let me announce. Dun, 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 dun. And this is available for demonstrators right now. This is why we have our hot little hands on it. So you can pre-order this if you're a demonstrator. But this is the brand new Stampin' Up positioning tool. This is we have not opened it yet. This is our first IRL, in real life unboxing. Wow! I'm very excited about this. I really love a stamp positioner tool. And, you know, we've bought all the different one that we've had, the Misty, we've bought the Stamparatus before it finished up. And now we have this one. And I think each one, like some have got the others as well. And, you know, we're not saying to move over to this. I think all of them have their place, and especially because Bruno and I both do stamping, it's quite handy to have more than one, to be honest, because we were always fighting over it. So I think we're going to probably fight over this one because this is really cool. So the difference with this one is that it lifts off completely, which I really love when it comes to my videos, because it was always very challenging with the hinge to sort of show it in the camera. and I was always scared I was going to hit the camera underneath the phone. So this is fantastic for those of us that do videos. I'm very excited. They have these squishy little feet here at the bottom. That's what helps you to push down. So this is sort of guided like so, and you're pushing down here, and the whole thing, actually those two squish as well. I wondered if they were standalone, but they squish and they squish, so everything goes down. So it means a really nice soft touch. I really love this idea because I would use like a you've probably seen the tool that I used where I like squish down and push on it, and you still could do it. But because of this action of like pushing down like this, it's like the whole panel is going to have a crisp, even finish. You can just use your hands, push down, and it's going to be great. So the other cool thing is the magnets that come with this are already covered. So keep them covered. What this is going to do is enable you to pick this up really easily and position it where you need to position it. And they can actually join one another. And we saw what happened in the past with these magnets. They would end up snapping and breaking, or we couldn't undo them. Whereas now, no problem. We can pull them apart. We also have this little tool here. And this tool here is fantastic because it enables you to have like a smaller section, and you can do sort of continual stamping if you want to. And yeah, really, really cool. So this one here is a little bit different in that it hooks to the top pieces. So it doesn't hook to here like the other panel. It hooks to these ones up here, which is really cool. And separately, sold separately, but I think it's well worth looking at getting, is the scratch paper. But the cool thing about this scratch paper is that it has these tiny little holes in the top here that connect with your positioner tool. So these go on these little dots. So not at the back. There's tiny little dots here. I'm wondering what they were for. But you will actually see, oh yeah, there we go. So they're really, really tiny. So I wonder why I could barely see the holes in the paper. But yeah, so that can go on like that. And then you know that this is secure. So if you've positioned it a certain way, if you've, maybe you mark your grid as to where you've gone on the paper, and you know that it's not going to move. So that's fantastic, because I kept wondering like, oh, how am I going to use this, position it, because we don't have like that edging piece like we did in the previous ones. But you're using your grid paper has got to be your guide. So you can, get a pencil mark and say, this is where I want to start from. This box here is my corner. And so you know that even if you lose your spot, you can come back and just put that piece back in that corner if it moves. So you've got your, magnets. It shouldn't move, but in case it does, you can just mark the spot, and then you know exactly where to go back to. There is a little section up the top here that's like a little triangle piece, and it fits between these two pieces here, and it snugly sort of fits in there, and there's like a little line. I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a little line up the top there, and so you can sit in there, and that can all, sit down nicely with your magnets. So hopefully Stampin' Up! Have a few more magnets. I wouldn't mind having a few spares, so I might recommend that, we can purchase these. They did recommend that there's a way to put these, and you can see it has like a little tail. This one, it's still fine, but it was just flat. See how you can't really pick it up? Whereas this is sort of standing up. So you just want to have it so that the one with the smaller line is facing down. So that's how that works. But yeah, I'd love to have a few more of them, which would be great. So there you go. This is our new tool. Now, this is going to be free from the 3rd of Feb. So we're literally coming up to that in just a few days' time. And as part of the joining offer, you can add the March pre-order items to your starter kit, which is really exciting. So there's been a few things today that I've showed you, like whether it's the Help Me Grow set, which Bruno is very, very excited about. This is his favourite because, we know how Bruno feels about his plants. They're so gorgeous. We've got lots of plants in here still. So, it might be this bundle here. It might be the springtime scenes. But there's actually a whole host of things that are coming in March that, definitely would be something I would add to the cart if I was a new demonstrator. And very quickly you'll reach that $169. Well, you actually get $235 worth of product, but pay $169 and you get this included. Now this is valued at $86 and you get it for free. So please keep that in mind, all of our wonderful customers out there or ones that are potentially thinking about joining. This would definitely be the time to do it, to be able to get your hands on this positioner tool, because it is different. It is definitely different to the other ones. And Iniki asked the exact question, what is the difference? And for me, it's just not having a hinge. The hinge would actually drive me nuts. I would get so frustrated. But to actually be able to, put your stamp down, and I'll show you here exactly what you can do. Let's use... actually, we've got a beautiful set that we're using today, so let me show you that to begin with. So we've got this lovely arrangement. This is what we're using today in our free class. And we'll put one of these down. So, say I want to do some stamping and I've got a couple of things that I want to stamp. So, especially when you've got quite a lot of stamping that you want to do. And today we're going to be doing lots of these flowers. So I'll just put them down on my grid paper, like so. And then I'm going to collect them, right? So they're going to lift up. And I probably even need because it's so sticky, these amazing stamp sets, but you can even put a magnet down on your positioner, your scratch paper. And then once you grab them, that's it. They're sitting there ready to stamp. And so it's so brilliant because you're just pushing down. And then you're lifting this whole thing up to ink. So I just flip it around, ink it, and then flip it around and stamp. So it's a really cool way for me. This is so much easier for my videos than having the hinge, because I was always attached. Whereas, because the room here on my desk is always limited, and to make enough room for it to hinge was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to move all of these things over? But now it's just, this is my footprint, is what's here. So I really love that part of it, that the footprint is only as big as the item itself, which, then you can see all of my inking, you can see my stamping, and then I can turn it around and stamp. Now, with something like this, because it's not something that I have to, have specifically in line, it's really good for that type of thing. But remember, if you want to, have gradual stamping, or you want to keep, stamping in the one spot, like I love it for our customer cards, because when we're doing customer cards, I'm stamping a lot of different images lots and lots of times. So I love having a positioning tool that does that for me. And yes, one side is inches and one side is metric. So depending on what you work in, depends on what side you put your scratch paper down, like that. So they've thought of everything. They really have done a great job. Now, one of the things that you might see online, a few people have been saying, and I don't know the full details, but at the end of the day, I trust Stampin' Up completely to do the right thing, particularly because there was an issue with the Misty the Stampin' Majig being too similar to the Misty. And so, that was all obviously went through legal entities, and it, had to be sorted through legal issues. So some people have been concerned with this, that, is this going to be a copy? Is this an issue? That's nothing we have to worry about. So if you hear demonstrators maybe talking about it, I'm very concerned that they've copied something. Leave the legal stuff to Stampin' Up. That's not our problem. Just, say to yourself, you don't have to comment, but to say it in your brain, not my problem. That's why we pay Stampin' Up, the money that we pay them for our beautiful products, because they have to deal with all this yucky legal stuff. And we don't have to. We get to have fun and stamp. It sounds cold and callous, but we're not in that world of creating items and creating ideas and patenting and doing all of that. Not our problem. Our problem is just to have fun and stamp. So do you know how this positioner compares to the old one? So like I said, Iniki, do you mean in regards to price, or you can see here the difference. I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for, but for me it's just the biggest difference is the hinge and being able to just flip this and then stamp. And I feel like in comparison to, I loved the Stamparatus when we had it, but it did really frustrate me when it came to the hinge. There was a lot of space on the Stamparatus that I couldn't use. I knew the lower level was probably the only bit that I could use because the edge was really really frustrating. Yeah, so, and yes, absolutely, to have masks with that top edge would be, oh my goodness, please stamp it up. Let's all sandbox that idea. That would be amazing. Thanks for bringing that up, Bruno. But yeah, mainly the hinge, I think, for me, and being able to, flip and stamp, that's probably the biggest thing. Having the grid paper attached and knowing that that's not going to move, that I don't have to, have it in the corner here and make sure it lines up. It would always move. So knowing that I've got it secure, that gives me peace of mind as well. Having measurements on here, there's actually measurements on the actual positioner tool as well. We've got inches along the side here, and I think metric up the top. Yep, metrics up the top here. And yeah, we've got metric along the edge here. So I don't know if that's like an additional for us in Australia, whether they've done that for us, but it still does have an inches ruler along the edge there as well, so it's 2 along there. But yeah, what else did you want to know, Iniki, in terms of difference? Because I think they're the main thing. Having these little push down pieces has definitely helped me. The fact that it is better for, because a lot of people that use this is like an arthritis problem too, hand problem, strength problem. So for me, I feel like I'm going to be able to do this in way, way, way less pressure, because, and I'll show you it, we'll do something in a moment to show you, but that push down feeling is way less than what I would normally do with the hinge, because the hinge does actually take away power. It sort of pulls away the strength. And I've always had like another tool that's helped me push down, which, I'll still probably use with this, but probably don't have to. What else were we thinking here, Iniki? How does it go if you want to restamp the same image to get it darker? I have the hinged one, and it works well for restamping the image. That was Lynn that asked that question. So we can have a play today for sure, but at the end of the day, if you, like what I did on the back here, if you mark where your cardstock is going, then you know that that's where you're going to be sitting at. So that's where you can go back to in terms of positioning. It doesn't necessarily have to be, using an edge piece, but there is a piece here that you can slot in if you want to that stays in place. And then that way that that's exactly where that's going to go every time, if you like sort of that, having a placement where it locks in. So I think that's really good. And what else did Iniki ask here? Yep, you're thinking the same thing, Iniki. So it's more placement. Okay. Yeah, so Charlotte, Iniki's saying, I've got the Stamparatus and I don't know if I would need this. So I think, it really is up to you how often you use your Stamp-A-Magic. For me, the clincher that for me being a demonstrator and doing videos, 100% without a doubt, I much prefer having no hinge. That for me, sold, but I do videos. if I was someone that doesn't have a lot of craft space, or I struggle with space and I struggle with the hinge and I'm knocking things over, or, you know, I want to have my drink in my room and I'm that type of person that ends up knocking things, excellent idea. If you know who you are, you know those people that do that. You're one of me. So I think for me, it feels, yeah, more safe in my stamp room not having a hinge. And the fact that the hinge just took away that power, you know, that ability to stamp clearly. Whereas this feels like no matter where I press, because all 4 of these are going down. So it feels like no matter where I press, I feel like I'm using a block. So that that really, really is exciting. And yes, turn the plate over, put it back. Yep, you can re-stamp, no problem. And I'll show you how you can do it. I'll show you how to do that. But yeah, so it just depends. Like, I wouldn't say yes, go and get it, because it depends what you're going to be using it for, and it depends. You know, do you get frustrated with the hinge on your Stamparatus or your Misty? Do you find that, you know, you can't do multiple stamping in, like in the Stamparatus? I sort of felt like, even though it was a big, you know, placement, I wasn't able to use the whole thing. Whereas this whole thing feels like I can use this whole thing. There's nothing here, like even up the top here, even where those dots are, I don't feel like it's not going to stamp. It feels really, really good in all areas, and that's why those little dots are so tiny. Yep, Brenna and I are thinking alike. The fact that you can use the full platform, but in the Stamparatus, I found that I was constantly just using the base where the drop down was, and so even for, you know, big border stamps, I think this is going to be way, way better. Yeah. So the hinge didn't let you push the paper against the edge anyway. Yes. Yeah. So they've just really thought this through. But yeah, like I said, there are other ones on the market like this, but, you know, Stampin' Up wouldn't go and copy something that is already on the market. They've already been through all of those legal issues. They're not going to make drama for themselves, but even if they do, not our problem. So if you see demonstrators getting stressed about that, the legal stuff is Stampin' Up's problem. But, you know, there's probably some creator that is basically selling it to a lot of different craft companies, and they probably have to pay a certain amount in order to, use it and brand it. You know, sometimes that's how people negotiate. So if you do see something similar out there in the market, you know, to me that's great, because it means that other companies are using this, people are happy with it. Yeah, exactly. They licensed another version. So don't stress about it. We've seen a lot of meltdowns online and we're like, oh my goodness, people, it really is not your drama and it's not your problem. Use your energy for things that are your problem. Legal stuff is not ours to worry about. Our problem is having fun. Stamping and having fun. I love those problems because they're not problems, they're fun. We'll give Stampin' Up all the headaches. So anyway, any other questions you think of, just let me know. But yes, I was very, very interested that this hooks on to those different little things up the top here, which I didn't realise. Oh yeah, with this little, see these little holes here, which I didn't realise. And then that means you can do sort of, you know, step stamping across the way, which, you know, if I have a piece of cardstock, if I'm doing customer cards, this is going to be brilliant, this one, because I can just keep stamping. In fact, I'll probably use this one for our card today, because let me show you what we're making so that you can see why you need to stick around for this free class. Not only to see the position tool being used, but to stick around for this class. Now, this is actually a Bruno Bertucci designed card. He did mention, you know, if you want to, you can make this card. And at the time I was like, my brain can't get around what you've done there, and now is not the time, because I was doing my video class bundle. So that was taking all of my brain power, the video class bundle. So I like to put all my energy into one thing. I'm not one of those people that could do 2 things at once. Well, sometimes. But this is what we're doing today. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is this? I know you said no more flowers. I'm really sorry. I'm going to be enabling you all today. So look away if you don't want to be enabled. Just a warning. I did warn you. Warned you. It's going to be a thing, people. So we are going to play with the gorgeous, lovely blossoms. And look, I've labelled it. But the next step I'll do with my paper is labelling the colours. I want the colours here at all times, in front of my eyes, in my eyeballs. And so we can do that today, have that all ready to go. And because then I don't necessarily have to stress about losing this. So it's crumb cake, cloud cover, old olive, petal pink, and secret sea. What a combo. Ah, Stampin' Up. You know how to make us happy. So let's do that right now. I need some water. I've got some water here. It's okay, Bruno. So we're going to do crumb cake. What else have we got? Cloud cover. Old olive. What an interesting combo. Love it. Old olive, petal pink, and secret. Oh, it's the secret. I always spell secret wrong now because there was a company called Secret. Secret C. Good. So I'm just going to print up a little label here with all of the colours, which will make my life so much easier because it's just going to be right here at the front for me. So I think because I've got a little Dymo label maker and you can get them, yeah, most stores have them. But look at that. It's just, labeling is the key, I feel, these days. We just need to do that because it's not always on the online store. We can't trust the online store. I'd love it if Stampin' Up could do it. But you know what? We don't have to wait for Stampin' Up. We can do our thing. We can take control ourselves. So what stamping do we have here? Let's just open this up and see what is going on with this beautiful card here. So we've got the cloud cover ribbon, which is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely amazing. And the order number, the font you're using, yeah, you can cover it, Bruno, you can cover it. So this is beautiful ribbon. We've got the cloud cover cardstock. Loving it with this like pop of petal pink here. And then we go like so. Yes, look at this. So beautiful. So, so beautiful. So did you want the order number for this product here, Iniki, or the... so you can change the font. I actually have access to the fonts, but yeah. I actually don't mind that font. I'm actually a font, you know, I get very triggered by certain fonts. I really like that one. It's very clean and crisp. I can read it easily without having to have glasses on. That's probably my gauge. Can I read it without glasses? Because that, you know, sometimes happens. But yes, this is our beautiful card. So let's make this together. And remember, freebie class for you all. So please share, please, you know, let people know. And if you don't want all the prelude to everything that's happening, just, you know, you can timestamp it with YouTube. You can send it from this moment, which is great. So what we're going to do to begin with is we are going to cut our cardstock here. And the way that Bruno has done this, which is very, very clever, it still is half of our cardstock, but we're just scoring it in a different spot. So this piece here, you would want it to be the size of the Cajun Craze size. And these two pieces that are left over here, this is going to blow your mind, people. This is how amazing our card templates are. Ready? You ready to receive? Please wait, please wait. Ready? They are, ooh, just slightly out, I think, because I did, yes, it just needs 0.25, but it's pretty much that size there that you're going to be. You just need a little bit extra to make up. But if you do your Cajun Craze size, you are guaranteed, no matter what country you're in, this needs to be the piece here. And if you wanted to, rather than measuring, and I'll show you how to do it. Sometimes these templates, they blow my mind. But instead of measuring, if you hate math that much that you don't want to work out what these edges are, because we don't want to work out math, you literally can put your card base here. I'll show you what I mean. We'll cut this in half. Where's our little trimmer here? There you are. I like having my little chair in here today. I've got like a secondary little place for all my things to go, which is great. So we'll cut that in half, the normal size in your country, our usual card base size. Voila. And then what you can do is, although I make it look really easy here, but you can't really gauge it when you've got it here. You could possibly, but maybe not. You could eyeball it, but it might be a little bit skewy. But would that matter? Would it matter if it's a little bit skewy? It's a gatefold card. You just have to cut your paper correctly to go on there, but but it is actually quite simple. So on the metric, it's a weird number, but you're basically halving. So this is 10.5 that we want here. So you want half of 10.5 here and half of 10.5 over here. And then for all our imperial peeps, your section here is 4 1/4. Is that right? Let's have a little look on your amount there. 5.5 by 8. Oh, so you might be 5.5 in that section. Anyway, we'll work it out for you. I've got my little imperial ones here because we want you to both have your measurements. We don't want anyone left out. So Bruno could probably calculate that in a millisecond because he's our math man and he knows stuff, that Bruno Bertucci. There it is here. So if we look at the, of course I don't have the US one. I don't know where the US one's gone actually. Had them all cut, ready to go. Anyway, he will put up, oh there we go. Yes, centre flap 4.25. So flap to 2 1/8. Good, nice and easy. Thank you everyone, you're the best. Do you know how much I love you all? So good, because we want everyone to join in. And then we just do that nice little fold there. And I like to bring it up against here. Do a nice little fold there. And that is our gatefold, people. How exciting is that? Now, the next step that we want to do is we can do some cutting of this beautiful paper. So I've got different papers there. We've also got some stamping to do at the front with these beautiful flowers in Secret Sea. And then these separate flowers here as well. So we'll do our stamping in the Secret Sea to begin with. And Bruno's done a combo of 2 different flowers, which is great. And I've got my Secret Sea here. I saw Bruno, it was open on the desk. I saw him slightly come in and close the Secret Sea. He's like, oh no, that's a disaster about to happen right there. It really is. Now, I'm going to use my scratch paper. I'm not going to use my beautiful new stamp positioner tool grid paper, even though we've got lots of that now. I'm going to use some of the ones that I've already got here, if I can find it. I was using it last night for my video. You should see how much stuff is on the bench. It's hilarious. Hilarity. I've done a little tidy, everyone. You'd be really proud of me. Put that one over there. Ooh, there's a die there. Don't lose that die, Kylie. Whenever I see something separate, I'm like, panic stations. You cannot be left all alone. That's actually a disaster, an unmitigated disaster, having something left alone like that. Well, who knows where it's disappeared, but my grid paper, oh, there it is. I had to say it out loud. It's gone. No, it's not. It's been found. Ta-da! Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful card. Brianna's done an amazing job here. So what we want to do is do some stamping, and you want to have it sort of off the edge as well. So we're going to sort of, and it's actually better to go outside in, because you sort of, once you go outside, you can go across, but it's actually nice to be able to have a little bit more space. Like the spacing really does matter. Like when you don't want to start doing bits and pieces over here now. You want to stay all together when you're doing this type of stamping. Because otherwise you can end up leaving too big a spot. You want to sort of change it up, of course. Come over here, little one. Like so. You don't have to be too fussy with this section because we are covering quite a bit of it. But it's still nice to get it all nice and happy. That looks really good. I'll just do that one there because that petal's a little bit bigger. And one little one in that corner. Good. So that is all of that. Now, what we're going to do is we want to keep in mind with this that we've got the ribbon as well that we want to tie down, and that's going to sit behind our frame here. So we've got some nice cloud cover stamping we're going to be doing, but we've also got all of these flowers that we want to do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the bigger one, and 1, 2, 3. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, and 3 of the little one. So 7 and 3. You like that? Because I'll forget. And then I'll be asking you, how many did I say again? I know how my brain works. Now, we need some basic white, which I've got here. I grabbed some of the scratch paper, just some spare scrap paper that I've got there so that everything gets used. And we're just doing all of that in the secret set. Now, if you wanted to, and I will show you this actually, because I want to show you the positioning tool and how you can make it work for you, particularly in this type of situation where we're doing multiple stamping. So this is not necessarily like repositioning, but this is more like if you want to do multiple. So it's a lot of times with our cards, because we do a lot of customer cards, I'm constantly doing, different images that I need constantly. So this is perfect for that. Now, have I got the other magnet? Of course I've lost it already. Don't you love it? Honestly, I make myself laugh. If I don't laugh, I'll just cry. I'll be like, what have you done, Carly? You've already lost the magnet. This is why I was like, I really hope Stampin' Up bring out more of those magnets because I knew what I'd do. We knew Kylie was going to lose a magnet on the first day. It will be here. It's okay, everyone. Crisis will be averted. Because I always end up finding it, don't I? Well, I think there's only been one time I haven't found a stamp set. And I was so distressed. I was looking at all of the bins and everything, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the dog has eaten it. I blamed the dog. Yes, I did the dog incident. Oh, no, it's not down there. It's not on there. Anyway, we should be able to do it with one for now until it shows its face. We'll do it with one magnet. But I bet you it's attached to like a steel ruler or something like that. It'll be attached to something somewhere. No, all right. That'll have to do. It'll be a good gauge to see if we do need two magnets. You're on this side? No. Are you on the back here? No. Anyway, you'll turn up somewhere. You will be here, I know you will. So we'll just, I think for me personally, I think in this situation, just for a little bit of extra backup, I'll just do it along the edge here, just so that it's sort of leaning against something. And I can gauge here where I've placed it by having it right up against that line. So that, yeah, at least if it does move, but it's not really a big stress with this type of stamp set. So what we're going to do is chamois those two, and then we will pop them on our positioner. How exciting. I'm very, very excited that this came. It's going to be fun having a play. Look at me, I'm scanning everywhere. I'm like, can I see it somewhere? Where did it go? Where did you go, little tool? So yeah, I lose these things just, so that you remember to keep them safe, okay? Keep them very safe. So we want to do stamping here and stamping here. And we want that to be fairly close by because we don't want that lifting up. So if we go there, like so, and we don't, I think they were saying that the magnet actually doesn't get in the way, which that's another big deal for me. I was like, oh, wow. Like it doesn't actually, because it used to get in the way all the time with the stamp price. So that's another big difference too for you, Iniki. Now, what I'll do here, because I can see that this is just slightly not within the realms of the positioner, but that's pretty good. So now we're going to put that there, grab these, and then they will lift up. And you can see it will still have that like sort of stickiness, which, polymer does. So yeah, having that second one would definitely be handy if I had it. So we just stamp directly on here, and you can even bring it to the stamp pad if you wanted to as well. And that actually feels quite good. It feels like I'm using a block really. So it just depends which way you prefer. And then we come over here, hook it back up onto those hinges, and we stamp. Voila. And I just push down like I would normally do for a stamp. In fact, a little bit less because it was just not as difficult really. And look at that beautiful finish. Looks so good. Now you have two choices here. We can actually move this along and move to the next hinge. But if for whatever reason you feel like, it's not as close as I would like, then you can actually move your cardstock as well if you wanted to. You just have to keep in mind where you've moved it to. But I really like how close that is. I think, for cutting purposes, I think that's a really good place. So again, we'll just do some stamping. And I just love this, like being able to pick it up and just go la la la. Like that was always my awkward bit, was like coming to the hinge and, trying to make it flat and trying to get the ink without putting it on the actual plate, and just to be able to go la 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 like this, it's actually amazing. Like really, really amazing for me. Push. So good. Yeah, I'm sold. I'm loving it. Hello, Breno Bertucci.
Hi.
You coming to help me look for my second? Thank you. And I just love that this is not in the way. Like the fact that this is lower, so good. And then we come across here.
Oh, here's my glasses.
So you can see for my customer cards, this is going to make a big difference, being able to just go, whee! There we go. Ta-da! I would dare say it's somewhere in this vicinity. There are a few embossing, few dies, so that probably, it could have got stuck to a die or something. And even there's a couple over that side too. So I feel like it's, yeah, attached itself to something that's magnetic. Could even be on the back of my phone. No, on my iPad. It's attached itself to something. Now, I need the next lot of paper. And good timing, Breno Bertucci. Do you think you can get me some more basic white? Because I think I'll need a few more. So we'll stick that there. Now, this time I'll take off this top one. So
Found it.
Yay! It was attached to the online exclusives March dies. I knew it was on a die somewhere. I thought there's a lot of dies around here. So I'll just pull that off. And that would be wonderful. Thank you. You're the bestest husband ever. The bestest husband award goes to Bruno. What is sitting on the edge of the dimensional sheet? Who even knows? Is it this one here? Did you think it was them, did you? There is a Sharpie. Maybe you saw the Sharpie. It did look like the... So what I'm going to do actually is just bring this up a little bit, because then what I can do is go along the edge and then bring it down, or swap it around, and then I can have more movement there. Oh, I'm loving that I can just do this. Like literally this is all I've ever wanted without knowing that this is what I wanted. And if you're really close to these, like even here, like at that top section, you know that you're not going to hit these and they're not going to get in the way. So that's very handy to know that this is, yeah, very good. Oh, thank you. Brenna did my chamois for me.
Anyone who speaks Dutch, can you tell me what this T-shirt says? Iniki? Is that Dutch?
See if she can figure it out. There we go. Bruno was very excited to get that shirt. Okay, good. I was like, oh, I want to do one that doesn't stamp. So we just go back in, push down. Ah! Yeah, as long as it hasn't moved. Like I think the key, because this one here, I didn't do it. I did it on the line, but you just want to, and if you were really, really like worried, you can tape this. So yeah, just make sure it's, like if you're really doing like a lineup, I mean, I'm cutting these out, so it's not really a stress like where I put the placement of these. But yeah, it's really good. So it's a little bit like the same thing up the top. You just need to be more mindful in this top section, because you sort of tend to want to go the whole thing, but you just want to put pressure up the top there if you are stamping towards the top of the, but I just love the, like I could not use this section on my Stamparatus. There's no way that I would be able to do that. So that's very exciting for me. And then we can just gauge where we're putting our next lot, which that looks really good there. And just move that along. Grab that. Yeah, the magnets are brilliant. So as long as you're close to the image, then you're good to go. I can just stamp that really nice and well. So I've got ink on the inside, and I'm putting a lot of pressure on here. Watch what happens. Will we get any of the inside in the stamping? Brilliant. Look at that, people. So we've given this a really good go. If there's any other technique that you want to see with it, just let me know. You can even just push down twice just in case. Ah, how good is that? I've never wanted to do that because the hinge was just too much to go push it down twice. It's so funny, isn't it? Just like a slightly different. Look at that. So I've done that 3 times, just push down just in case. Boom. Good. So now we've got all of those. Now, if we wanted to, we can colour on here because we've got our scratch paper, and I don't think it would go through this scratch. Like, it feels quite thick. So we'll have a little gauge and see what it looks like. So Bruno has done some beautiful colouring here. We've got our dark, and so we've got 4 of them are going to be the petal pink, and the rest are the cloud cover, which is a beautiful, beautiful colour. So this one is dark, yes. So I like to do the dark first, and I like to just follow the lines that Stampin' Up have given us. And then you can do like a little bit of shading around the flowers here, particularly when it comes to like the edge there, like where it's overlapping. I'm like, well, that would naturally be a darker area on a flower, is that overlap. And yeah, then you can just sort of add a little bit. Bruno did the whole edge of the flower, but yeah, you can just add little bits of depth of colour. You don't have to be too fussy with like, it looks terrible, but when you do the colouring, it just all makes sense. How's everyone doing? Is anyone crafting along with me? That'd be great. Great shirt. Do you want to attach the magnets to the board? Yeah, sure. Thank you, Bruno. Good reminder. I wonder, do they go underneath the plate? Because I think one was underneath. But, you do have more chance of them disappearing if you can't see them. Yeah, I know. We're all going to need a magnet holder. So if you have any ideas, please, I'm all ears. I think we just have to remind ourselves to always make sure that they're on the plate. Like Brenna said, just, put them back on the plate and you'll know where they are. Now I've got these 4 are going to be the petal pink, so I can keep going with a few of these. Beautiful.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to show everyone my battle scar.
Oh, yes.
So this is my thumb.
It's looking like cloud cover.
This is my other thumb.
Oh. Go down a bit so it's not blurry. Yeah. That's not coloured in, people.
It's not nail polish.
Poor thing. Look how swollen it is too. I really do think you need to go to the doctor today. Just in case. Because you don't want to get infections. So you might do a little shot, a tetanus shot or something. Just to make sure. Oh yeah, I want to do the colouring in. I got distracted with Bruno's poor little finger. So you might be asking, how did Bruno do that? Well, he shut the door on his thumb. That's what he did. There it is. So yeah, poor Bruno. Youch, all right. So Bruno did the whole thing, which I love. So I'll just have a look underneath here. Yeah, not even any there. Beautiful. Look at that depth of colour on there. So beautiful. And if you just want it to be like sort of less, obvious that you've got sort of colour there, you just sort of keep blending it in a bit more with the light, and that will eventually sort of have less of a, there'll be more like a depth rather than a line there. I love the blends. I'm so happy that Stampin' Up brought them back again. Ah, gorgeous. Colouring is just the best reset for my brain. I actually feel it calming down when I colour. I actually need to make sure that I do like stamping like this and just have a whole heap of, flowers, or, even if I don't use them, it's just whenever I need to just have a little moment of calm, I think I'm going to have them ready to go. Just do some nice colouring. We could create our own Stampin' Up colouring books and bind it all together. Great to do on a plane too, have it all stamped, ready to go. You're allowed to bring blends on the plane. I've done that before. I'm going to do my swaps for the incentive trips. I've done lots of gluing and sticking last minute. Beautiful. Ah, oh, that was so enjoyable. Did you see my colouring face? It's my calm Kylie face. Now, what have we got? So we did all of the three smaller ones in blends and the cloud cover as well, like the other side. So, dark here. So we've had lots and lots join the product of the month Facebook group. Are all of you in that one? You want to check it out because, yeah, we've got like, I think as of this morning, I think we might be at 1,400 people in that group, which is crazy. Craziness. I'll just give you the link there so that you can join that. Here we go. That's the group there. So, and share that with friends because, yeah, it's nice to have lots in that group. The new product of the month isn't that far away. Thought I used dark then. I was like, oh, thought that was light. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what our next one is. But the current ones are absolutely gorgeous. Like the stamp set, I think last week I was trying to find it. And can you believe it? It was in alphabetical order in the box. Like I skipped it that many times because I didn't believe that I actually put it away, let alone in alphabetical order. And I'm like, how did I miss that? Like literally I went past it. Twice I looked in that because I'm like, I'm sure I was organised last week. And I said to Brown, I can't find the product of the month stamp set anywhere. And he literally went through and went, here it is. And then I accused him of like planting it there. Because that's what I do. Poor Bruno. Give some love for Bruno. He tolerates a lot. He looked at me like, why would I do that? May as well do this last one even though we don't need it. I've come this far now. So we've got lots of swaps here ready to go for on stage. That's coming up very quickly. I'm very excited about going to on stage and seeing all of our team and all of our beautiful demonstrators that we're very close with. It's going to be such a nice little reunion. And yeah, because Bruno hasn't been, he didn't go to the last one, and I only got to do one day in the last on stage. So it's going to be so nice to spend a whole weekend, and very excited that we get to, yeah, hang out with everyone, spend time. Now, I don't know why, but I ordered a whole heap of new blends, but I need to get the Petal Pink. I need to add that one to my blend collection because that's looking very sore and sorry, isn't it? I'm just at that stage where we've used it so much that it's time. I'll just do a little bit of zhuzhing here. Look how bad it is. Oh, I don't know what I used it for that it was this bad. Must have done a lot of colouring with petal pink. Anyway, this will do. Goodbye, little petal pink. You've been used to the nth degree. Now, what I can do is just, normally I do the dark and then the light over the top. Yeah, this is light. But it's almost like I'm swapping it this time. And I want to leave just a little bit of white space, I think. And not colour all the way to the edge, which is a great way to save time too, particularly if you're doing like you know, swaps and things like that. To do colouring like this, it means you're not having to stress about the edges, and I think it looks really great. It gives room and space. So that's my hot tip for you. Now we've got some cutting to do, so let's bring our cutter over. The other thing that I do want to do is the sentiment section as well, because we've got to cut that out. So we've got the beautifully celebrated is part of this set, and let's see what ones Bruno has used here. Oh, lost some power. So I've got that one, and I think the next one, yeah, and that's the Secret Sea one. Keep that there. So I think we might be able to use our little, where's my mini gone? There he is. Come here, little one. It's been a while since I've used you. Close that ink pad too. So you can, you know, stamp first if you want to, but I think with something like this, because I'm stamping around the edge as well, I think it's good to cut first. And then we'll do our... Now with something like this, you know, I can pull out my trimmer, but I've got everything here. You know, there's stuff everywhere. So sometimes I'm just like, you know what, it's just easier to do this and then use my... And it's just so good. Like, I never ever used to like doing that. But it's so much easier than grabbing out my trimmer. It's quick, it's simple. I've got my little mini here, which is just easy to pop on my desk.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you want me to cut out those things?
Sure. That would be helpful. The
I'm a helpful
flowers.
person.
You are a helpful person. And I'll put these back. Isn't that revolutionary? I'm loving having the magnet sheets, I must say.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, I'll help you too. Because it just, straight away I'm like, oh, I have to put that back. It just makes me actually want to do that, which is brilliant. So let me have a little looky here. So these ones here, we need the...
We're soaring.
Bruno hurt my heart about High School Musical. I'm still in shock. Hey, it's that one there. What did you tell me, Bruno, that hurt my heart?
I read somewhere that Zac Efron didn't actually sing.
Can you believe it? He didn't actually sing. Like, what even? What is even the point of watching High School Musical? Thank you, Bruno.
TYVM.
I'm like, what do you mean he didn't sing? Like, not even get your head in the game.
You gotta get your
head in the game. Like, not even that.
Do you want me to finish this one?
No, I'm leaving it like that.
Oh,
I'm doing a bit of white space.
I got a white space, baby.
And I'll write your name. Now, that is all clean and happy. Look at this. So what did you think of my little demonstration of our positioning tool?
No, it was good. I was like,
When
can I get my own?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to get your own because I'm not sharing. How mean am I?
No, it looks really good.
It really does.
And all the things, like the pinch points, I love the Stamparatus, don't get me wrong. But all the pinch points that I didn't love about it, I feel have been addressed.
Yeah, because mine was the hinge, definitely the hinge, and just not being able to stamp near the hinge as well. Like, that was frustrating for me. And I don't think I'll miss, like, I thought I'd miss having that edge bit.
Yeah.
But I think because we use the trimmer to do a lot of that now, like, yeah, lining things up and, yeah.
One of the things that you could do, I was sending you an ESP message.
Oh, yeah? I didn't receive it.
I know. With this one, when you were stamping it, so you stamped 1, 2, 3, and then you moved the stamp.
Yep.
But you could have.
Oh, yeah, just flip the paper. Oh, smart, Bruno. Look at you go.
Smarty
I wish I
pants.
got that ESP message. That would be great. Very true. Just do a flippy.
I will re-ink your Secret C as well.
Thank you. Yes, it does need a re-ink. Okay, now we need to do some stamping with one of these. I really like the one you chose. Always here for you.
It's a nice one. I like the combo.
But I can do like the thank you so very much because that's a nice a similar combo.
TYSVM.
Bruno has a hidden talent, everyone. Do you all know about his hidden talent? He can make an acronym out of any word you say. So you are so lovely.
YASL.
What a random thing to have. What about just a note, so very much.
SVM.
In my brain, I'm like, thank you.
TY.
So very much.
SVM.
Actually, we can do. We'll use our little positioning tool.
WC.
What is it? We'll use our positioning tool.
UAPT.
So random.
UOPT. Oh my goodness, I made a mistake.
You made a boo-boo. That's the problem. I can never check. He could be just saying element of P. I don't have the brain power to actually check to see if he's doing it right. So another little thing that you could do, and this is why Stampin' Up need to bring washi back. But if you wanted to position it and you know that you're just going to be using the center section, then you can just, do that rather than using a magnet. But even the fact that the magnet, I just love that it's not going to get in the way. It's so good. Like really, really good. So let's line it up. And actually for this one it's perfect because we're using 2. But usually I can't get it close enough. So I like to do it after the stamping. So I'll do 1 and then do the next one. We can line it up. So I think if we aim around there, I actually will line this up so that it's not crooked because it's very crooked at the moment, this little label. It's like literally on a lean. So this is a really good thing, having, this amazing grid to tell you where to go. No, tell you, oh, it is telling you where to go, but, you know, not in the negative way.
Where do you go?
I'll tell you where to go. So I want to see, I'm going to test here. I'm going to keep it off the edge a little bit, okay? And just see if we still get a good stamp.
I would say it wouldn't be as clarity.
Mm.
And I don't know what the sorcery is that that makes the, because you know how if you would get ink in the inside.
Yeah, exactly. That amazed me.
I don't know. Yeah, how? How does it not?
Because I think it's just so even.
Yeah, must be.
That, yeah, it just, like the pressure is completely even, so it's not going to actually do it. Aw, Tess. She did a little gift for us.
Oh, thank you, Tess.
Oh, you're such a precious one. You look after us so much. And then we can come up really close then to this. Move you out of the way so that the little much can wrap around there. And it's just great because, see, I can see right exactly where I'm going. This is why I love polymer and having the clear polymer. It's just brilliant. So we can just line that right up, like as if you've just, yeah, like you're a genius. Look, it's the same set together. Because this can be love you so very much. I should have done love you. And I could give it to you. Say, love you. Love you. I'm going to put this straight back where it belongs because that's a really good thing to do.
Were you impressed when you opened the card and you saw that I had an insert?
Yeah, and it's like fancy insert. It's not just like an insert. It's like next level. And did you see, like, we've got another little bit that's off the edge, but did you see, Bruno, that it actually stamped really well, even though it was like slightly off the edge? This will be a big test because it's really off the edge, this S. So let's see.
It's off the edge.
Let's see what it does.
What, nothing?
Of glory. Ah, look, it worked. That's beautiful. Look at that, people. I'm in love. I am in love. And then we want to do some stamping with our beautiful flowers, which I think I actually put it back. Why would I do that?
So Cloud Cover ink.
Yes, tell us about Cloud
Cover.
Cover.
Took it off the for sale.
Yeah.
It's actually a beautiful colour.
Yeah.
And even though it might not perfectly match the actual colour, it's beautiful. I love it.
But you can purchase the re-inker, can't you?
You can purchase the re-inker,
yeah. And then you can just make your own. So just do that.
But I haven't,
Just, you know, so that you don't feel like, oh, I can't get that. No, you can. Just make your own. I'm actually going to stamp over the top of this. Because why not? It's light enough that I can. Look at that. Beautiful.
It's very nice. I was so surprised to see that you were making this project as well.
I know. I thought you'd be impressed. Now, I'm actually going to stick mine down. You did yours on a dimensional, but I'm going to do the back piece in a dimensional. It is a really nice card, isn't it, Tess? There we go. Now we get to do the piece of resistance. We'll do the inside pieces as well. So I actually need a, do you mind getting me another piece of Secrecy from our stash? And I think of Wendy too when I think of Secrecy. Shh. I love it when she does that.
Oh, it's down this section.
Secrecy. So I need one that will fit a Poppy Parade size.
Poppy Parade?
Yeah.
There's, oh, that's a half. That's a quarter. No.
It's alright if there's not one. I can just open a new one. Ah, well done. Secrecy scrap. Since I've labelled them when we did our Reset Reorganise, which is available if you're a member on our YouTube channel, and you can get it at a very good price because it's only $4.99 to be a YouTube member per month, and there's a lot of content already on there. So yeah, you sign up, even if you just did a month, if you sign up you'll get access to all of that, part 1, part 2, all of our previous videos. So yeah, if you need a binge session, maybe there's, you know, some reason that you're staying at home and you're like, I'm so bored. Well, you're welcome. Ah, look at this. Ready? Magic of television. Magic of having Bruna Bertucci. Now, where are my dies for this one? There they are.
On the back of the ribbon,
yes,
I used tear and tape.
Yeah, I love tear and tape. Yeah. It's the best way to keep it in place. Thank you for your help with that.
That's all.
There's a, what was it? A chair? There's a chair there. A table there. I've got a little bit of hair stuck in my face. Get out of the way, you. Ooh, there's one left. Banana cake. Banana cake. So we went to Rottnest Island, which, if you don't know what Rottnest Island is, you definitely need to Google it. We went there on Tuesday. Just gorgeous. It was really, really nice. A little bit windy, but because of the wind, it created the most amazing scenery. And yeah, my little sister, my baby sister, I was like, I think 12 when she was a little girl. I think, yeah, there's quite a big difference in age between us two. But yeah, it was so lovely to catch up with her. I just wish we had more time together. But life is just so busy, isn't it? But we got a full day, which was amazing. We had a really, really nice time. Now, I think I'm going to use this one actually. Maybe I can do that on the edges. Just to, you know, mix things up a bit. Yeah, I like that idea. And it will look good with the Secrecy too. Yeah, because there's Secrecy in the middle of the flowers. Good, let's do that. So the sizing that we need on the inside, we're going to cut Flirty Flamingo out of this piece here. And we want to make sure that the smaller are the larger size. So you want to make sure that you're cutting it, you know, in the right direction so that it's sitting in the card correctly. Don't worry, I'm telling you, not me. Reminder Kyla, cut it right. It's just, you know, it's good to check these things. And that. So this is Flirty Flamingo. And then these ones here are the panels. So I think if I do, like, it's basically 5, but it's 4.95 kind of thing. So I think Bruno got them from Amazon, I'm pretty sure. And we want to go to them. Done 14.6. So I like a 3mm border. I am a 3mm border girl, which is like is it a 1/16 of an inch? Something like that. I like a very small border. I think ever since I saw Tennille Williams do it, I was like, oh my goodness, I've fallen in love. And then our last piece is the Pretty Peacock. So we need to do, is it long enough that way? Yes, it is. There we go. Wonderful. So here are all our pieces. I love having everything cut, ready to go, you know.
I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, Siri. So we'll do that, that. And we've got our piece here. This is so exciting. This is the exciting bit. Are you ready for this bit, everyone? This is where we get to put the whole thing together. I've just used different paper to what Bruno did, just so that we've got a point of difference, just so you can see the different beautiful paper in this one. So remember, this suite is available now if you haven't got it. It's an online exclusive that came out in January. So you can, you know, if you haven't got it, this would be a great one to add to your starter kit. If you're thinking about joining and getting the free positioner tool. Beautiful. And this is our writing panel. If you wanted to do like more decorative in the middle, you don't have to do your writing panel on the inside. You could actually do a writing panel here on the back, which would look lovely as well. Okay. Wonderful. Oh, so pretty. Look at that. Now, our front section, so we want to stick down our cloud cover ribbon firstly, because I'll end up forgetting that. I know myself. And if I have that there ready to go, it'll just remind me. So I think something like that is good. I like to just, you know, wrap it around and then gauge where I'm snipping. I need to get my new snips out, thanks to Megan Lacorny. And on the back, so you can cover the back piece as well. In fact, I think it would be nice to do that. So what I'll do is, just so that I don't have to sort of aim where I'm cutting, or where I'm like, yeah, putting the tape, all I have to do is this. Ta-da! So technical, because then we can cover it with, I think we'll cover it with the same paper that's on the inside, because it's so pretty. Is that a good size there? Yeah, we'll just use that up because I did a smaller piece there. So if we do, I think it was the Flirty Flamingo size, wasn't it? Yeah, so I'll cut that down flirty, and then that way it gets used right away. Because, you know, why not? You've got all this paper. If you love it, you'll chop it, won't you? And you'll use it. And you'll send it. And so we can do, yeah, make sure that it's the right way. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So this section here could 100% be like a place where you write. So that's up to you if you want to do that. And the front here, so all we've got, you can see here, Bruno's been really clever in his placement. So we'll follow his lead. So the way that he's done it is he's got, you know, a few of these ones that are in between. So it's like start from the middle. So this one here is stuck down. Then we're going to go outside like so. And you want to sort of open this up and have it hovering over the card because that's sort of what creates the amazingness of this card. So we'll start gluing those down. No, I use so much green glue. But, you know, such a contradiction, Mr. Dimensionals. And I love that you've always got dimensionals available for you, but, you know, for some reason you're not thinking about me and my green glue. Do you even love me? I love the drama. Get the popcorn, everyone. I was saying last night in my video for the tutorial, because I was using a lot of glue and a lot was coming out. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm using so much glue because I was used to using the old one, and my muscle memory was remembering how much I had to squeeze for the old one. And then I forget, oh, I've got a new one now, so I don't have to squeeze as much as I did before. It's like, oops. Ah, this is so, so beautiful. So we just want this half so that we can stick that over like so. Yep. Beautiful. And Bruno even has it like further over if you wanted to as well. And then on this side, so we've got we'll do all our flowers, and then we can stick down. So I think if we have, yeah, this one, and then these two are covering like so. I think there's another, yeah, petal pink one here. And oh, I think there was another petal pink one that I was meant to have, but that's okay. We'll put you below there, put you there, and then I'll use one of these there, something like that. And we can hover that over the top so that we've got that all. So if you did want to, you could actually use the, yeah, and that's going to be like that. You could use the, what's that stuff called? You know what I mean? Press and seal. I knew it would come to me eventually. But yeah, press and seal is very handy for this sort of like layering type thing where you want to have it all together, all in a row. So I just want to gauge where this is going to go. And that can go, actually we'll glue that first. And then this can go on top. Like so. Nice. And then we've got these two down here. Yeah, so good. It just had to be cased because he's just very, very good designer. It's stunning. And then what we'll do is we'll run this through because this doesn't have to, like, yeah, that can stick down and be fine. And we're going to stick that on top like so. And I will try and aim that to be, actually we will aim it off a little bit because it's nice to see a few of those flowers behind there sticking out like that. Oh, so gorgeous. And I will raise that up too. So we'll do a little bit of our tear and tape. Oh, I'm glad you're all enjoying it. Yeah, this morning I was like, no, I have to do this card. You'll all be so sad if you don't see this card made. So you take your pick tools, are fantastic for this type of thing, like ripping off your tear and tape. It's so good when you don't have nails too. Very handy. I've been cooking breads, that's why my nails are not done at the moment. I've got my last 2 sourdoughs because I'm trying to behave myself, and I said to Bruno last night, you know what, for now I'm hanging up my sourdough hat. I'm going to dry out my starter because I've kept the starter alive for quite a while, but it's just a lot of work to even keep the starter alive. I was constantly, like, I have enough on my brain that I just thought I can't add anything more to it right now. There's so many different visitors that are coming all the time, which we love, but I'm like, I just feel like it's a little child that I'm going to, like, kill. And I kept getting stressed about it dying. I'm like, oh my goodness, if I kill the starter, I'm a failure. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Like, stop this. It's just this, like, constant, like, what do you call it? Like, yeah, there's constantly something in the back of your mind that I'm scared I'm going to forget. And I'm like that with most things anyway. But sourdough just took it to this whole other level of distress and freaking out that I was going to do something. And I'm like, what am I doing to myself? Like, literally, you can cook Turkish pide the same day. Just don't stress. And I'm not even eating bread at the moment. So I'm like, no, this needs to be removed from your life. This is causing way too much angst. It was meant to be something fun. And it's just not fun trying to keep sourdough alive. And even yesterday, I was really happy that I was like, okay, I need to do some loaves because it's been a while since I've been keeping it alive, but I haven't done any loaves. And then I'm like, why am I even cooking this? I'm going to cook it and then I'm going to be wanting to eat it. And I can't. So what am I doing? Just stop. So it was a very good realization. I felt very proud of myself that I understood my limitations. And I was like, why has it taken me this long to realize it's time to stop the sourdough? It's like my brain can't cope with it right now. It's not fun. Yay! Oh my goodness, this is so good. I was literally about to say, this is so delicious. Thank you, Iniki. Yes, please share. Look at this. And I just love having that space for the ribbon to really shine because this is beautiful ribbon, this cloud cover ribbon. You need it in your life, everyone. Look at that. Could have cut it a little bit longer, but we'll forgive you, Kylie. It still looks very cute. Look at that. Thank you, Bruno Bertucci, for inspiring us all. So let's have a little look. Open. Ta-da! Ah, gorgeousness. A little bit of glue that got on there. So let's just use my adhesive remover to just take that away. If you don't have one of these adhesive removers and you use glue, I know this is a random tip, don't necessarily, apply it if you don't want to, but you can use one of your clear polymer stamp sets to take off glue. Gorgeous. I actually really like Bruno's a lot better in the sense of how far out he went. I think you can, have that like real, like go in, like bring it out more here, bring it in more, but it's still amazing. But you can see here the way that Bruno did this, and you can see the stamping is just that little bit stronger with doing it in person, but this has got a real sort of light look to it. So this is more sort of subtle, lighter, but it was good to see the positioning tool in action, which is great.
Hi.
Hi, what do you think?
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have any more of these?
Yes, I do. It's a good idea because I said I feel like yours is
I feel like one maybe. No, actually, forget it.
I think it just needed that little extra, like little side piece there. I think that would make it just so that when you open it, it's like, ooh, there's like one overhanging. Because that's what I feel like yours had.
No, I like this. I like the colouring of that. Maybe it's just different colouring.
Yeah, it's very subtle, this one.
Honestly, this colour is a colour sensation.
Yeah. I'm glad we found cloud cover. Thanks to this suite of products.
This is really nice, people.
Yeah, I said that to them. I said it's
really,
beautiful.
really nice.
So there you go. And so it's just slightly coloured differently. I really like Bruno's lighter colour in here. So you could go like he's done lighter inside and darker on the edge. So you've got a few different techniques there that you can sort of look at and study.
I like the sentiment.
Yeah, I like the sentiment being so close together.
Is this triggering you, my placement?
No. I don't mind that placement when it's a sentiment. But I do, this is always my go-to placement. You're so naughty. He loves daring me because I get really triggered easily. I give him what he wants. That's why he keeps doing it. So there you go. And what I really love about this is it's probably one of the first times that I've stamped a sentiment that's not in white emboss. I'm always white embossing. So that was, something new for me. So there you go. So keep that in mind. 3rd of Feb is the Stampin' Position Tool promotion that if you join for $169 is all you pay, and you'll get $235 worth of products. So that's $66 for free there, plus the $86 Stamp Positioner Tool. So, what's $86 plus 66? Who's really good at maths? Not me. 140, 152 is 152. That would literally like surprise my brain to no end if I got that right. I've got my phone here, I can check. Don't you love that? Yes, Cloud Cover and Secret Seat. Winner, chicken dinner. So 66 plus 86, 152. Oh my goodness, maybe I am good at math. No, I will try. So yes, any more questions about this, please don't hesitate to ask, but I'm really happy that it's just, different enough that I know it's going to come in really handy. Love that it has no hinge. Love that I can use every bit of this. Oh yes, and the free shipping. Thank you, Bev. And I love this little addition tool. But yeah, we all have to remind ourselves to keep these safe because we don't want them to go missing, do we? No. So we'll have to figure out a place that we're going to store all of this and, keep them together. So thank you very much for joining us today. That was such a nice catch up with all of you. And, if you need any support, any help, let us know. And join our Product of the Month group. If you're a demonstrator and you're looking for sort of a bit more support in terms of your being a demonstrator, we would love to help you to do that. So you can join our YouTube channel and there's the membership for the demonstrators, and there's also a creative level. But we also have a group, and I think I've put it under... let's have a look. No, it's not that one. So, thank you, Bruno Petrucci. You're awesome because you made the card because you are unbelievably clever. And we've got free demonstrator training group on Facebook that you can join. And, we'll be adding more things there. Lots of ideas. Sharing little tips. So, I think that will really help a lot of demonstrators. That's a free group, so you can join that for free. But, sometimes we have paid videos, and then, you can see if it works for you for that month or not. But you're not locked in or anything like that. So, that's everything I've got to share with you. And just keep in mind our video class bundle for the month. We've got, I think, Lovely and Beautiful. Yes, that's still current. And then next month is our nature walk. So keep an eye out for our posts online because the nature walk one is going to be absolutely stunning. I am so thrilled with my card. It is like an epic fun fold card that I've been wanting to do for a while. So I'm really excited about sharing that with you. It's one of those ones that I'm like, I'm so intimidated by you, but I'm going to give you a go anyway. And I tweaked it from other things that I've seen online, and I'm really, really happy with it. So yeah, definitely check that out. Good. Well, have a lovely day. Have a lovely rest of the week. We will see you somewhere online, who knows where. But we really appreciate you, appreciate the support, and anything that we can help you with, please let us know. We are all up for suggestions. So, yes, ready to receive. Tell us your suggestions, and we are all ears. We love to learn from you. So, ciao for now. Big hugs. Bye.